Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sorcha and I'm a nutritionist and healthy lifestyle blogger from Ireland. In this video, we're going to talk about the powerful connection between your gut and your brain. Did you know that your gut health actually plays a major role in your mental health? So in this video, I'm going to discuss how, and I'm going to discuss a few ways you can support both your gut and your brain health. In our gut live trillions of different bacteria. It's a little bit like a rainforest, our very own little ecosystem. And like a rainforest, if it's out of balance, so there's too many of one certain species and not enough of another, things get out of whack. It's exactly the same in our gut. And if your gut microbiome is out of balance, it can trigger things like anxiety, depression, stress levels, loads of different things. And that is what we're going to talk about in this video. So how does this happen and how we can help maybe put our gut back into balance. So we're going to focus on three different factors. We're going to focus on neurotransmitters, inflammation, and stress response. Your gut bacteria help produce essential chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA aminobutyric acid. And these help regulate your mood and your emotions. So if your gut bacteria is out of balance, then they might not be producing these chemicals effectively, and it can lead to feelings of sadness, stress, and even brain fog. Next up, there's inflammation. So we've all heard of inflammation. Usually you think of inflammation, you think of inflammation of the joints, inflammation of the gut, also things like Crohn's disease and IBS. But inflammation can be caused by an imbalance in your gut microbiome. Inflammation is your body's way, it's like part of your immune system, it's part of your defense system. But when you have chronic inflammation and too much inflammation, unwanted inflammation, that's when problems happen. And inflammation can affect your mood. It can lead to, well, obviously, if you have inflamed joints and inflamed gut, you're not going to be happy about it. But it has been shown that an unbalanced gut microbiome can lead to inflammation, which affects your mood and can lead to anxiety, depression. So it is important the food that we eat because it's definitely linked to inflammation. There are foods out there that like are inflammatory foods, things like ultra processed foods, things that are high in sugar, high in salt, high in saturated fats. You know, the things we all know aren't exactly good for us. Now, this doesn't mean you have to cut them out. No way. Like, if there's something you like and it doesn't make you sick, like you're not allergic to it, there's no reason why you shouldn't have it once in a while. But especially, I think, whenever you think about it, if you're feeling emotional because of your gut imbalance, um, you think, right, I feel really bad today. I'm going to eat an entire tub of ice cream. I'm going to eat an entire bag of family size crisps. Then it's kind of a cycle then because you're just hurting your gut microbiome worse, which will make you feel worse, which will make you eat more of those foods. So it's time to kind of break the cycle. It might be difficult at first, but once you start feeling better, you won't crave those foods as much anymore. Finally, we have the stress response. Your body produces a hormone called cortisol, and cortisol is your stress hormone. You do need cortisol, but a lot of people produce a lot more cortisol than they actually need because of stress. And if you're in a constant state of stress, that's really bad for your body. It can make you feel very anxious all the time. It affects your sleep. It can also cause unexplained weight gain or make it very hard to lose weight, especially around the abdominal area and the face. It's called moon face, and that is something that is also related to your gut microbiome. So if you're feeling really anxious and stressed and sleep is affected as well, then that can cause your body to be like, this person is under a lot of stress. I need to make more of this cortisol, and it can have like unbeneficial health issues then to come along with it. So that's another reason why you should really focus on gut health, because it will affect all of these things that we talked about: neurotransmitters, stress response, and inflammation. Now, for some tips on how you can help both your gut and your mood at the same time. First of all, and this is, I'm always going to say this, whether you want to lose weight, whether you just want to feel healthier, and especially for gut health, eat more fiber. People don't eat enough fiber, especially in Western societies. Definitely not. I mean, a minimum of 25 grams per day, more likely 30 grams per day is better. Really, the more fiber, the better. I mean, there's some societies that eat like 50 grams a day. So it's fiber. We don't really get nutrients from fiber per se. It's food for our gut bacteria, and they make then nutrients that benefit us. So that is why fiber is so good. And then there's the obvious, the reasons: it can prevent constipation. There's two types of fiber. Not going to get into that in this video, but there is fiber can also help with diarrhea as well. So it is so important for gut health. And we can get fiber from things like whole grains, whole wheat, anything that grows in the ground. I used to say anything that grows, but then I'd get the whole, oh, well, animals grow as well. But yeah, anything that grows in the ground has fiber. And yes, fruit as well. And I know people think, oh, but fruit has a lot of sugar. It does. Yes, maybe a certain fruit has the same amount of sugar as a chocolate bar, but that fruit has fiber, and that fiber slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream, so you don't get a sugar spike from eating fruit. That is a myth. Yeah, fruit, vegetables, whole wheat, whole grains, even whole grain bread, whole grain pasta, nuts, seeds, anything that grows in the ground is fiber. So try to eat more of that kind of food. Really important as well, if you're going to increase that fiber, to make sure you're drinking enough water. Because if you increase your fiber and don't increase your water drinking or your fluid intake, then you could end up causing constipation, because it will get stuck in there and it's not nice. So you should be drinking loads of water as well. That's another thing you can do for your gut health. Next, we've got fermented foods. So fermented foods are a natural source of probiotics. You can get probiotic supplements, and they're handy. You can take, they come in little capsules or little powders. And if you find that you just don't really like fermented foods, it's the better alternative. You can get some really good quality ones. Make sure you get them from a reputable source and not some ones that are really cheap online, because likely they're not very good quality and they're not going to benefit you at all. But you know that you're getting the probiotics from fermented foods. Fermented foods are things like kimchi, you've got kefir, you've got tofu, trying to think, sambuca, yeah, so them kind of foods. They wouldn't be foods that people from Ireland would normally eat. So you can get them in health food shops and supermarkets, definitely. You can also make a lot of them at home. Making your own yogurt at home is actually not that difficult. And it's a great way to get yogurt that isn't full of added sugars and flavorings and whatnot. So natural yogurt is also a good source of fermented food. Yes, cheese also. Um, like, be careful with it, because it is very high in calories and high in fat, and I wouldn't say it's terrible bad for you, but if you eat a lot of it, probably wouldn't benefit you very much. But it is a fermented food. So yeah, try and add some of these foods into your diet. Try them out, see what you think. If you really don't like them, add in a probiotic supplement is also good too. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so I know that I should make more of these videos. And see you next time. Bye.